Hey, yo, what's going down? I'm OD, and this is Slump Sessions, the show that is the culture. It is good to be back after a few weeks. We had the Slump Fest. Thank you to everybody who came out. Thank you to everybody who supported. Once again, this episode is brought to you by Fishscale. Fishscale 84. Head over to fishscale84.com. Get you some clothes. Step your clothes game up. Get you the new Manifest shirt and Reneka Digital. Head over to Reneka App Builders. If you need any apps, if you need any website, social media marketing, head over there. Links will be in the description below for both. Today we got a special guest, Dria.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm glad you made it out here.
Yes, I'm glad you're having me.
Of course, I have to. We have to. This is the show that is music and culture. We have to have Dria out here.
Yeah.
So how are you doing today?
Actually, I'm in a great mood. I woke up early and I went out to my garden and I'm chill today.
That's good. You have a garden.
Yes, I do.
What are you gardening or what are you planting?
I am planting jalapenos, bell peppers, strawberries, blackberries, tomatoes, and thyme and rosemary.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
See, I had a little garden at my mom's house. She has a nice little, plot of land. So everything died.
Oh, what?
Everything died. I can't do it.
Yeah, it takes a lot of care. It's like having a baby.
Yeah, I don't have a green thumb. I can't do it.
No, everybody has the green thumb. If you have compassion and love, you put it into the plants, they give it back to you.
Oh, well, I'm going to try it again. I'm going to replant everything, so hopefully next time it's better.
Okay.
Let's start it out kind of with who is Dria?
Dria, I am a singer. I am a songwriter. I am an artist. And right now I am working on a new album. I have singles out right now that I'm pushing. I have videos out that I am promoting. And I am just kind of a free chick.
I see. You got a lot going on.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people that I have on the show have a full Wikipedia page that I get to go and learn about. Yay. That was good. That was really good.
Thank you.
So just for the people who might not know, where are you from?
I was born in Houston here, and I was raised in Southern California, Fullerton to be exact.
Fullerton. What is it like there?
Chill. It's just chill.
Chill. Everybody knows LA. How far away from LA?
It's probably about 40 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 40 minutes south.
Okay, so it's like downtown Houston driving out to Pasadena or something, it's
something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not that bad, but I don't know how it is over there. I know Houston, you could go anywhere for 10 miles away and it's a 30 a whole day trip.
Depending on the traffic.
You never know.
You never know.
And with all this construction around here,
oh my gosh,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, they're rebuilding. Definitely rebuilding Houston.
So when did you actually move out there?
Oh, where?
California.
Oh, I moved out when I was 6 years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you spent majority of your life over there. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. And then you came back.
I came back after I graduated high school.
You came back for college. Mm-hmm. How was college over here?
I loved U of H.
Shout out to U of H.
Shout out U of H. If I could, I would go back to U of H and finish my degree just because I loved the school. I
never got to experience that college, but I really wish I could have. My sister did. She loved it. Yeah. But I see it from the outside.
Yeah.
Was it everything that it's cracked up to be? You learned a lot and
the education was phenomenal for me. I'm a real study nerd,
What did you go for?
Psychology.
Okay. Psychology. Yeah. Trying to get into the mind of people.
Yeah, understanding people. I think it's important.
Well, yeah.
Then you know how to deal with them, or you understand why they move the way they move.
Exactly. You get to read people right off the rip. You could be like, okay, this guy doesn't have good motives.
Right.
This person doesn't have good motives. In me, I'm staying away from you.
Yeah, exactly.
So did you grow up around music and?
Oh yeah.
You did?
Always. My dad was a singer. He was a songwriter.
Oh.
He was part of a karaoke circuit for a while, so he would always perform. We'd always get to go see him out in Vegas and stuff. And my mom, you know, she didn't sing or have a talent per se when it came to music, but she had a talent in knowing great talent. And so she
could pick it out,
man, and she would play great music.
If you got it, she knows it.
She knows it.
Did she see it early on in you?
She did, and both of my parents did.
Okay.
And that's why they allowed me to go to performing arts school, just because it was something that they knew that I could really flourish, you know.
What is performing arts school like? Because not a lot of people actually get to experience that.
Oh, that's a good question. It's really cool. You get to meet different kinds of people, you know, build friendships and learn. You know, there was a lot of professionals there who were the teachers, and they actually came from the industries that they were teaching in, and they had a lot of ties and stuff. And so, you know, in the way they taught, they really cared about the students, and we had relationships with the teachers, and everybody was just like a big family.
How did you actually get into there? Like, did you have to like audition?
I did have to audition.
What was the audition like?
Scary.
Scary?
It was scary because it was like a open call audition. So we're all standing outside together like, oh God, are you next? Or what are you going to be doing? And what am I going to be doing? Like, we were nervous.
So you get to do different things. It's not
no.
So somebody could go in there and like be awesome at the trumpet or something, and then they get in. Okay.
Oh yeah, there's orchestra, band, there was dance, there was theater.
You sang?
Yes.
What did you sing? Do you remember?
The songs?
Yeah.
Oh. I remember doing some Beatles stuff, a lot of Broadway stuff, a lot of classics, just a lot of different genres of music.
I bet, I don't know how old you were whenever you were going into school, but being in that audition, I'm sure it was super nerve-wracking.
It was, and I was 14.
14? Yeah, okay. So yeah. At 14, I wouldn't have been able to do that.
Yeah, I don't know how I did it either.
But you got in.
I think at 14, I had more confidence.
Really?
Yeah, I was cool. You know, it's like I
as cool as you think you are at 14.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody thinks they're the coolest at 14.
Because I practiced a lot in my room, and you know, I listened to a lot of different artists, and you know, sang a lot at home. So I went there with like, I know I can sing.
I know I got this.
Exactly.
Y'all might as well just let me in. I ain't even got to audition.
Exactly.
What are some of your influences in music of your style now?
Oh my gosh. Oh, now, geez, it's a munch of so many different people. I mean, Missy Elliott. Monica, you know, Brandy, Faith, Beyonce. I mean, there's so many people that I listened to when I was growing up, and just as a young adult, in so many different spaces and points and times in my life. And I mean, I feel like I was able to take a little bit of everything and just kind of
mix it all together.
Mix it together, and just I made
you made you.
Yeah.
That's your style.
Yeah.
So after high school, you went to U of H, and then after U of H, it says that you joined a group.
Oh, yeah. That was during U of H.
Oh, during U of H. Okay, because you didn't go into it in the Wikipedia page. I want to know about that. What is that?
Oh, my gosh. We were called DA to Lay, and it's so funny. We literally thought since we were in a girls group, we were like Destiny's Child. So they were
everybody did.
Yeah, everybody did, right? 702, that was the time, you know, that time. So it was a really cool experience, though, because, you know, we had rehearsals. You know, we met religiously. We had rehearsals. We, you know, performed a lot. You know, we wrote songs. We recorded. And so it was in a professional state. It's just, you know, we all went our separate ways. And, you know, we had people that were involved that, you know, just didn't have the best interest, and you know, it was just different situations. So
after that, did you think that you were, you know, gonna join another group, or did you already have the intentions of going, you know, straight solo?
You know what, honestly, I didn't even think about it like that. I left, I moved back to California, and you know, I'm always gonna write, and I'm always gonna sing, so I just continued doing what I do and built on that.
And this was 2002?
Now you asking me. I don't. Okay,
2002.
Yeah, around that time, about 2003.
About 2003.
Oh, for the girls group?
Or I mean, just in general, like.
Oh yeah, around that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
How was it for a female artist in the industry at that time?
You know, I was just beginning, so I wasn't really in the industry per se. You mean after I left the group or during the group?
I mean, either or. Just at that time, I'm sure you had to deal with different things.
Oh yeah, I had to deal with guys wanting me to be their girlfriend. Just they want to buy me stuff, and I'm not interested in you, and and just different guys. I'm gonna be your producer, and we're gonna just I don't know. It's a lot of pressure, but I think when I was that age, I still was. As I am now, just kind of like aggressive a little bit. And so sometimes...
Aggressive?
Yeah.
You're aggressive?
Am I aggressive? Yeah.
Well, that's a good thing. I mean, for a female artist, I feel like you have to be, assertive. You have to be aggressive because if you let everybody just kind of run all over you, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You have to be able to stand up for yourself.
Yeah.
And I see that just in some of these artists, around here, they have to have a strong, willpower not to give into any, temptations.
Exactly.
And it's crazy the difference between a guy in the industry for a girl. It's just a whole different experience.
Yeah, it really is. I was just talking to a friend of mine this morning about that.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't see it until you talk to a girl that goes through it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Guys will just turn a blind eye to it sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, they just don't understand.
Yeah.
It's just a different perspective.
It is. Mm-hmm. That is true. So how did you kind of, go about finding yourself as an artist?
Oh, honestly, I had to ask myself the question of why I'm doing this. Mm-hmm. So if I know why I'm doing it, then I know what I'm presenting and who I am. And so for me, I'm doing it just because I know that there are some people's lives that can be changed through it somehow. Mm-hmm. I'm doing it because it's a passion for me as far as writing. And I like storytelling. So,
okay.
If I stay grounded in that, then, then I'm authentically me.
I think that's a great thing that you mentioned changing people's lives.
Yeah.
Because in music as well as movies and poetry and writing, I feel like these are the only kind of mediums that you can create something that really changes and affects people, life, whether it's for the good or whether it's for the bad.
Right.
But, people really dive into music of whenever they're feeling happy, sad, there's artists that really portray people's emotions in their music.
Exactly.
And I think that's great.
Exactly.
That's what I love about music.
Yeah, me too. And I think everybody does. It takes you to a certain point in your life, puts you in a certain mood. You might be having a bad day and you might hear a song that's really sad and you might start crying, or, you might need to be feeling lifted that day. It messes with your emotions.
It does. And with your memory, you hear a song from, 2005 and you're like, man, I remember whenever I heard this.
Yes, exactly.
I remember the exact time. I remember I was in my room and it was on the radio or something. Yep. And that is what's so great about music, that it can just take you back in time and you could just reminisce off of hearing a snippet of a song.
And the great music is the music that can reach masses of people.
Yes. It's not one directional. It's not just everybody's gonna hear it.
Exactly.
Some of the greats, they have music that everybody heard and it still lives on today.
Exactly.
It's never gonna die. It is never
ever.
Let's move on. I want to try to talk a little bit about Frontrunnaz.
Yes,
of course we have to.
Yes, we have to.
We can't hear the Dria story without getting into Frontrunnaz.
No, we can't.
So tell me about Frontrunnaz. What?
We are a songwriting and a production team. That's my partner right there, Chris Thornton.
You can't see him on camera, but he is over here.
Okay, he's over there. But so and we're also husband and wife.
Okay, that's great. I think that is amazing. That right there is a driving force like none other.
Yeah. It's powerful. Yeah. If you use it correctly, it can be very powerful.
This is your partner in crime. This is your go-to.
Yeah.
Whenever you have, any kind of decision, it's way easier having to talk to somebody that somebody that you love, rather than somebody that you just are acquaintances with.
Exactly.
God, it is great. It is, yeah. I mean, even with me, my wife, and we make decisions all the time about the show, and it is so easy to be able to just sit there and talk to her.
Oh man, that's cool.
It's great. I love it.
I love couples doing business together.
I am an advocate for couples doing business together.
Why not? We got together. We might as well build together.
Exactly.
Grow something together.
How did y'all meet?
We met on MySpace.
Hey, the good old MySpace days.
Yeah.
He must have had the freshest profile.
No, actually, we didn't meet in a dating sense. We met in a music sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he had a playlist that just drew you in.
So he was looking for an artist to work with.
Okay.
And he ended up finding me on MySpace, and we started talking, and he sent me over a record to work on. Remember that? And I wrote to it and recorded it and sent it back, and he was like, "Oh, okay, all right, I see you."
This girl is the one I'm gonna marry. Off of this.
Did you think that? No, he didn't think that at all.
No, I thought that.
Oh, he did. See?
Then when I was, not married.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
No,
Okay.
Heck no.
Right
you
off-
ain't got to say heck no.
Right off the rip. He knew you were the one.
Artist-wise, yeah.
I knew.
Man, that's crazy though. MySpace, how music has evolved from being able to
Oh no,
have your profile, have your music up there.
that was the beginning right there.
Artists need to have their own social media platform where they're able to display their music and search for other artists. We need that.
Is there something like that?
Well, I mean, technically, that's what SoundCloud is.
Technically,
Uh,
I feel like there's a total disconnect on SoundCloud.
yeah.
No, there is. There
Yeah.
is a disconnect.
It's like the Twitter disconnect. I feel like Twitter's
But the
disconnect.
statement you said is perfect.
Yeah.
It needs to be a platform, artist for artists.
Artist for
artists,
artists,
yeah.
exactly.
That's the perfect statement.
This is what the things people need to be looking into.
Yeah, there's something for like band support, like the background singers and musicians and stuff. Yeah, what's it called again? Jam card. We're part of a thing called Jam Card.
Okay.
Yeah, and so they have a platform just for people that are, you can go on there and you can see background singers for, Mary J. Blige or Taylor Swift or the guitar player for, Jill Scott, or, you can find those types of things on there, and you can social, that's like a social network for them.
Okay. See, I learned something.
Yeah.
It's like what you said, but it's
Musicians, yeah.
Musicians for musicians.
Yeah.
That I need to find something like that, because I am all day looking for new artists, and I'm looking to network with new artists. I need something.
Yeah, you're right.
So y'all meet. How long before y'all are create Frontrunnaz?
5 years.
5 years. Okay. How did y'all come up with the idea of wanting to be a writing duo and production team?
Yeah, go ahead, you tell it.
So,
Why don't you just slide over
Yeah,
here?
you can come in here.
Oh, shoot. Watch out the light.
There you go.
All right. Well, we were, she was an artist, and we weren't getting a lot of traction, me as a producer and her as an artist. That was the whole reason I was looking for her in the first place. And we were hanging out with one of her friends' husband, who was in the music industry, Billy Dorsey. He's actually from out here in Houston. And we played him some stuff, and we was like, why can't we get any traction? Why isn't Dria's stuff taking off? Why isn't my production taking off? He goes, I think you guys are trying to do too much.
Right.
He goes, what are you an A in? What are you both really, really, really good at?
Yes.
Sorry. So what are you both really, really good at? I said, writing. We both write, we both rap, we both sing, we both rap. And he goes, that's what you should focus on. So literally we left Houston, it was during the holidays, we went back to California, and we started off on the journey with the Frontrunnaz, really. That's how I got started. And literally I stopped producing, she stopped being an artist for a while, we just focused on writing, and we went out and found some of the top producers and asked them if they accepted unsolicited material on Twitter. This is when Twitter was just starting, and they started hitting us back, and did records.
We literally built our career on social media.
Facts.
That's one of the great things about nowadays in the social media is you're able to connect with people like on Twitter and stuff. And I think it's like there's a little disconnect, like you said, on Twitter, But it is such a useful tool, especially like with Instagram nowadays and artists upcoming. It's just you're running your own promotion team pretty much.
You are flat out. And Twitter, you know, I'm a big Gary. You know who Gary V is?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. You know, Twitter is now a business development tool.
Yes.
If you know how to use it. You know, and that's people, you know, look at it just as a posting tool, but if you do searches, you can find so much on Twitter. It's like a huge database. And for us, when we started, I went home and I was looking for, you know, a group of producers called the Renegades. DJ Khaled had just dropped Welcome to My Hood All-Star Weekend in LA. And I'm like, D, we're going to work with these guys. They were brand new. Renegades were brand new. They hadn't had any big records. And so I went on Twitter and I couldn't find them, but I found their manager on Twitter. And I hit him up. I said, hey, my name is Chris Thornton. I'm part of a songwriting team called the Frontrunnaz. Do you take unsolicited material? Now, it took him like a month to get back to us, but he did. He's like, yeah, I accept unsolicited material.
That's it.
That's it. We're like, can we send you some stuff? Fast forward another 30 days. He's like, yes. And then I had him back. I was like, all right, can you follow us so that, you know, we can get your email address and we can send you some stuff. And he finally did. We sent him some material we had over. And he's like, yo, I love it. You know, and we didn't hear from him for another 30 days after he said he loved the stuff we sent. But I get a call. I'm on a business trip. I get a call, and it's from a Florida number. And I pick up and goes, yo, this is Chico, the Frontrunnaz manager. I mean, the Renegades manager. You know, they love your stuff. I want to send you some records over. I'm going to send them to you before you get home. And so I called D, all excited, jumped on a plane. By the time I got home, we had 10 tracks. We had 10 tracks in our email by the time I landed in California. And literally we stayed up all night and finished all 10 records and sent them back the next day.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of writing.
Yeah.
That is a lot of writing.
We had a less than 1-year-old baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is tough. But that is the grind that got y'all to where y'all are today.
Right. Exactly.
That kind of hustle, that kind of mentality of I'm going to get it done.
Yeah.
Don't wait.
And don't wait, and there's not going to be anything stopping me.
Facts.
That is where it got y'all to where y'all are at today.
Yeah. So that's really was the launching point, because after that we went on like he like, I don't know, let's call it basic training. He took us through basic training for like 3 months.
Yeah, it's about 3 months.
3 months. Literally, we're doing 3 songs a day for like 3 months. Yeah. You know, the Kanye story is real. You know, 5 songs a day for how many summers he says or whatever. But that's what he did for us for 3 months. We did, you know, 3 songs every single day. Got them. He'd send us the beats. We write them, track them, send them back, and just did that for 30 days. And finally, he was like, what did I say? 3 months. And finally, we did a song for Rihanna, right? What was it called? Gone Tomorrow? Mm-hmm. And after we did that record, he was like, I want to sign y'all. Yeah. But by then, we had a huge catalog. Our catalog was stupid by then. We had a lot of songs. I had a ton of songs by then. And
the catalog in music is super important. Mm-hmm. To have that behind you, and then to have that experience of being able to get in there and you knowing that you can knock out music like nothing.
Facts.
That is important. And that's crazy how, I mean, not everybody's mind will be able to come up with that much music. Because till this day, I look at artists, you know, that have been doing it for as long as y'all, as you know, since the night, like people from the 90s that are still doing it, early 2000s. How are you still coming up with lyrics?
Inspiration.
Hey, as long as you live in life.
Yeah, living life. And look, to me, this generation has the greatest muse ever. The internet.
The internet.
It's the greatest muse ever. You should never run out of ideas.
That's true.
Like, ever. Like, I can't imagine, like, me sitting in the studio going, like,
I can't write a song.
I can't come up with nothing. I got writer's block. Writer's block.
Even still, you can write a song about having writer's block.
Yeah.
That is true. Man. That is true.
Inspirations everywhere with media, you know, this podcast, inspirations everywhere.
Mm-hmm. That is very true, because I hear a lot of people talking about they do get writer's block, and y'all have been doing it for so long that y'all are still going.
Yeah. That's not to say we haven't written some terrible records, though. But, you know, we've written some terrible records, but, you know, just a matter of saying, you know, I can't do it because of X, no. And then also collaborating. We live in a collaborative society now. People are collaborating more and more every day, so.
I mean, if you're writing as much, y'all are gonna have those terrible records and stuff, and everybody does. Everybody has bad records,
Right.
but y'all have great records,
Facts.
and those great records outweigh the bad records.
Facts.
Let me take a quick break. Let's get into the sponsors. Fishscale84.com. Head over to fishscale84.com. Links are in the description. If you want to cop that new Manifest tee, they are out doing great things, supporting local businesses like myself and Reneka App Builders. Reneka Digital, I'm sorry. Head over to Reneka App Builders. They're working on getting it changed over, but RenekaAppBuilders.com. If you need social media marketing, they're doing great stuff on IGTV. They're doing websites, apps. Step your app game up, man. They're doing great things. Let's get back into this with Dria and
Chris.
Chris is now in the shot. He's not off to the side anymore. We got the full Frontrunnaz here now.
In the building.
So let's get back getting into it. How is it writing for others compared to writing for yourself?
I think unless we're writing with an artist, like from a personal standpoint, I think writing is writing. So a lot, if a record we wrote and demoed goes for another artist, then it goes for another artist. If the record goes for me, then it goes for me. If it goes for, Jumpman, then it goes for Jumpman. So, I think writing is just writing.
Writing is writing. I don't understand. I've never been in,
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Am I making sense?
Yeah, I think I said it in a little different way. So, like in the industry today, it's like so many records are placed based on what the writer comes up with. It has nothing to do with what the artist is actually doing. You know what I mean? Literally, they'll like a song and they'll say, hey, we think this artist fits on it, and they'll place it on them. Now, you see a lot more albums that are disjointed, I think, today than you've ever seen probably in music history, probably except for the 80s. But that's why when we write now, we just write. Because the record will find a home. It'll find a home, But we've been very fortunate, like with Logic, where we're deeply involved in all three albums. Like he's my close friend, and we talk all the time, and we know who he is as a person, and we know the direction.
Know his goals.
But the majority of stuff, like our Ross placements and stuff like that, we've never even met Ross. We never even talked to Ross. We just worked with the producer that was working with him. But like with S1 on the Lecrae stuff, we actually got on a video chat with Lecrae. We knew the exact direction, So it just varies, man. But at the end of the day, you just gotta make great songs.
Yeah.
And that's what she means by what you're saying. Just make great.
Writing is writing.
Make great songs, man.
That's crazy because like with the Ross and stuff, you don't ever get to meet him, so you don't know the direction and stuff. And I think whenever you're like with Logic and stuff, like you're saying, whenever you have that kind of connection, it helps so much, and you're able to.
It does.
Because even on the local, I deal with a lot of local artists. That's what I try to do. I try to promote the underground around Houston and stuff, and I see it whenever they're working exclusively with the producer and they're working as the rapper or the artist. You can see that connection whenever they have that. The music that follows is way better.
No, it totally is. You take a look at the connection that Soundwave has with Kendrick. Now Soundwave might go out and get other producers to work and collaborate with him, but ultimately it's Ali and Soundwave behind the stuff that Kendrick does. And it's like you said, there's a cohesiveness. But one thing, there's a producer by the name of Super Mario, shout out Super Mario, whom we actually just got our second platinum plaque with.
I saw that.
Yeah.
With one of my favorite Young Thug songs.
Young Thug, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which whenever
NASCAR,
I saw that.
Wyclef.
Yes. Whenever I saw that, I was like, I was just listening to that song. Yeah. And I listen to it all the time. I have it on my playlist, so it comes through, and every time I always listen to it.
Well, thank you for the spins.
Of course. I contributed to.
Yes, you did. Takes a community.
It does. And I mean, like something like that. How does that happen? Because I think I read, that used a kit
with S1.
Okay, so what is the
Symbolic
kit? What is,
It's a sample library of just our vocals. So we'll go in the studio. S is like, because S always does sound libraries, just kicks, pianos and stuff like that. But he's like, I want to do a vocal library. So early on in our career, S was like, yo, I want to do something with you guys. And we did a bunch of vocal samples that we made up literally out of thin air. Some African stuff, some Spanish stuff, some more choir, Catholic type stuff. And it just happened to find its way into Super Mario's hands. And he used it on the Wyclef Jean record. That record's been a blessing. It's our one radio hit, actually. It's our one radio hit. But what's so crazy, he posted the other day, Super Mario, just yesterday, and he said, it's so crazy how a record can find a home and be great. I'm paraphrasing, but you've never met the artist. Mm-hmm. And I said at the bottom, it's harmonics, it's frequency. I think it's amazing that when you can create something and someone that you've never met can create a classic over it and you've never met. It's the harmonics. It's like the record called you guys together. The frequencies called you guys together.
Like that.
Yeah. The driving force is the love for music, and that, everybody, y'all have that love for music, that y'all did that, I don't know how long ago, but it found its way till nowadays to become a platinum record. That is something.
It took about 3 years?
Yeah, about 3 years.
3 years.
Because it's primarily streamed. That's the thing, man. We're going to see streaming numbers continue to increase. We're going to see more and more platinum and gold certifications because the consumption of music is insatiable. Now we used to go buy one CD.
I love that day.
Yeah.
I loved that. I loved going out and being able to just buy CDs. Now you have to really find somewhere that sells CDs.
Yeah, it's hard.
Can I just say I spent my whole life trying to make a CD, and now I can't even make one. But I can get it manufactured and still do it. The old school way. But I really, literally, from my age of growing up, I wanted to have my own CD, and I wanted it to be in stores. Yeah, and now it's just on a digital store.
It's okay. My whole life, I spent trying to make an awesome CD collection, and now there's nothing I can do with them.
Yeah.
I can. If you buy a new car, you might not even get a CD player. So I mean,
many cars without them. But the cool thing, we took a road trip across the United States and this summer, and it was so cool being able to find anything we wanted to listen to. We listened to the whole Outkast
discography.
catalog.
Yeah.
We listened to the whole Jay-Z discography. Mm-hmm. We listened to the whole Beyonce discography on the trip. The whole thing. That's what I do love about
that.
it.
I do. I like that, but also, I mean, nowadays you're seeing a lot of, like you said, streams in singles. Mm-hmm. Now you're not getting. I think that you're not getting as much in the whole record itself. I don't think you're seeing as many platinum records. Like
no, right?
No. That's still an accomplishment. To want to strive for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think what I think like about not seeing as many platinum albums, the ones that we do see are exceptional.
Special.
Yeah,
they're exceptional.
They're the ones that are like top of the top.
Yeah. When you take a look at a Bruno Mars or a Kendrick or Jay-Z's 444 or something like that, it's like it's an incredible body of work. It's like that's the thing that I do like, because singles will come and go, but great albums, they'll last forever. Yeah.
I've never thought about that, because back in the day, whenever you had to buy just an album because you liked one song on it, that was that was boosting people's. That was people boosting that record up. Mm-hmm. Now the people who have platinum records, they're great all the way through.
All the way through.
Yeah. They have to be great all the way through, and that's the top of the top now. Mm-hmm. I never really thought about that.
Yeah, because the record industry got over for a long time, like you're saying, where forcing people to buy albums that weren't that good might have 2 good records on them, if you're lucky 3. Yeah. And it's like, I just spent, whatever it was back then, $12 to $14, and I'm only playing 2 songs off here.
Yeah. See, I never.
Well, then they added the singles. And
Yeah, but it's been
single
cyclical.
CDs.
Yeah, it's been cyclical. Throughout history, you've had moments where singles did super well, and then albums do well, singles do well. You know, and I actually think we're on the emergence of albums coming back.
Yeah.
I think albums albums are on the way back.
I was gonna say, you know, even if you look at motion picture soundtracks. Yeah, remember they were like huge.
Yes.
Yeah, I grew up listening to a lot of motion picture soundtracks because my mom loved them, right? So, but now we're starting to see the motion picture soundtracks.
Like what? Like what? Like
Lion King, Black Panther.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's that one with the 80s mixtape?
Guardians
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right.
That one's charted forever.
Spider-Man.
Oh,
it
it
just
is?
had an awesome
You
sound.
talking about the Spider-Verse?
Yes.
Yeah. Salam did it? Who did it? No. Khalil did it or Salam
I
did
think
it?
so.
Was
Yeah.
one of, I think it was DJ Khalil. Yeah.
And that was, that's an awesome
That's true.
soundtrack.
I forgot about that. Okay. Yeah, I guess they are lightweight coming back. Because when I think about it, I think about like, Boomerang. I think about
Mo Money.
Mo Money.
Yeah.
That whole run, especially in the urban,
That's what needs to come back. Is
It does.
The black or the urban movies that have the soundtracks attached to them.
And stuff that everybody can relate to. That I mean, those movies like Friday. and
Friday, oh my God, those
the
soundtracks
soundtrack,
are incredible.
yep.
Shoot, if we were to go to Minister Society, all those soundtracks.
Those are movies and soundtracks that still live today, and they're driving.
They do.
You can listen to them all the time. You can watch those movies all the time.
All the time, anytime.
Anytime.
Doesn't even matter.
Dead Presidents.
The Dead Presidents.
Come on.
Yeah, we can go on.
We got to bring back soundtracks, man. Soundtracks need to be a big thing again.
Yes, they do.
Instead of just having, just some throwaway songs on there. You got to bring together artists to work with movies.
That's a great idea.
And shoot, and when you think about like what Netflix is now and Hulu, there's so many opportunities.
Well, Beyonce did it. She took her Homecoming documentary from Netflix and made it a soundtrack.
Now, one thing I do like about Netflix is they have a lot of original shows, so they're able to put a lot of different music on there. And I've been watching shows, and I'm like, what song is that? I'll Shazam it, and then I'm like, okay, add it to my playlist. They have a lot of different music that they could put in there, and I'm at least one of the people that will go back and listen to those because you see it in the show, and I like it.
They should start listing it. Like episode 1 contains this song.
I think you could.
They used to do that on your reality shows.
Oh,
they used to do that. They would show, especially on the reality
like an
shows.
advertisement.
They would at the beginning they'd be like this song featured in or whatever. And also we see a lot more mainstream music getting placed in just TV shows in general. Like you've been on FX Network. You had What I Want on what was that show? The Worst.
You're the Worst.
You're the Worst, and we've been on Ballers. Our song with me.
I love that show.
Shine.
You do?
Yeah, Ball, that's my show too, man.
I love that
and
show.
When we got notified that our song was gonna be at the end of the show, man, I can't go. Cause that's my favorite show.
I probably saw it. Didn't even know it was you.
Shine by Meek Mill, man. Shine, yeah.
Oh, okay. Wait, I think I do remember that then.
Yeah, it was at the tail end. It was the episode where they were trying to buy the Oakland Raiders.
The Oakland Raiders. I remember that. Okay.
Yeah.
And then they moved to Las Vegas. See, I love that show.
Y'all crazy.
I love that show.
I think it's August 18th.
It's coming back?
Coming back August 18th or August 25th. One of the coming
Okay.
back.
See, I just finished watching the last season.
Okay.
Yeah, I just finished it probably a few weeks ago.
So you binge watch?
Yeah, I have to. I don't have. I finally cut out all of cable. So now I have to get like HBO now, and I got all the streaming services. So I finally got HBO, and I was like, I gotta finish watching it, and I did. I finished it, and there we go. See, we had a connection we didn't even know because I saw your song at the end of the show.
Exactly.
So out of all the placements that y'all have had and all the different credentials that y'all have behind y'all, what is one of y'all's favorite artists that y'all have worked with?
Logic.
Yeah, he's really
He's really,
he's my people, man.
He's amazing at what he does. He takes it very, very, very professional, and He's just a great person in general.
I bet he looks like a fun guy.
He is very fun.
I've
Very
seen
fun.
him, since the early like Young Sinatra and stuff, and I've seen him kind of like grow just throughout the music and stuff, and that's crazy that y'all have been able to work with him for so long and do so much with him. That's that. Well, I mean, y'all did. What songs did y'all do with him?
Oh gosh. On which album?
Okay, well, y'all did his 1-800.
Yeah.
We did the background.
You did some of that, so that's one of his biggest
Yeah.
songs to date. How was it being able to see that and help with that?
That was awesome.
The Grammy nomination was incredible.
We're like, wow. Well, I mean, we didn't get the Grammy nom, but
watching him go
just,
through,
yeah.
and
y'all
knowing
are,
that
y'all are part of it.
Part of it, yeah.
Yeah.
We were part of it. I remember us all in the booth. When we were doing the choir sections and stuff, and that was just an incredible experience. And I'm gonna say this: out of every record we worked on the Everybody album, I didn't see 1-800 coming. I thought Black Spider-Man was gonna be the one. I really thought Black Spider-Man was gonna be the one.
I like that video.
Yeah. I love. That's one of my favorite records off the album. But I didn't. I thought Anxiety was gonna be the one. That Anxiety was gonna be huge.
Well, that's what happens when the public chooses.
The public, yeah.
We all can try to say, "Oh, I want this record to be. This song is my hit, and this song is my." We don't know. The public has to choose that for you. And
it's whatever sticks.
I mean, yeah.
You put them out there and whatever.
And let it happen. He told me something when we first met him. When we were working on his first album, Under Pressure. And I was asking him, like, are you planning on taking any of this stuff to radio? And he goes, nope. Radio will find us when it's supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of his things. He kept saying it. He just would always say that. He's like, he did his press runs and stuff, but he was really adamant about, when it's time for that radio record to happen, it'll happen. And sure enough. Sure enough, man.
I think radio nowadays is so crazy that you just kind of hear repeated.
It is.
It's very repetitive and it needs to be some. I don't know how radio works.
Oh, it's big. It's multi-billion-dollar conglomerates.
Yeah.
And they pass down a playlist to the PDs, who really aren't program directors anymore because they have static playlists that are passed down to them, and they put it in rotation. It's all automatic. There's not a DJ spinning it, and that's the gist of it. Literally, no breaking records.
Being somebody who knows this stuff, do you feel like a radio station nowadays would be able to break records? No, you don't think so?
No, man, no.
I wanna.
So you take a look. So how long was Megan Thee Stallion, an artist in Greater Houston? Think about it. And then you think
Do you
about
know how long? Do you know how long?
I don't know exactly, but it's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while. I saw her YouTube stuff way back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Way back in the day. Now, there was a point in time where an artist like a Megan Thee Stallion, if the program director in your regional area got behind her, he could literally break her in every radio station up and down 45. Literally. There was a point in time where that could happen because the program directors talk to each other.
Yeah.
If a record's bubbling in this market, then other radio stations want to pick it up.
You just send it over there like, hey, this artist is...
Check this. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You can't do that no more. You can't do that no more.
Huh.
You can't do that no more.
That's
man.
crazy.
Yeah. We just hired a promo company for our label, and they told us, it's $80,000 to $150,000 to do radio now.
Wow.
Ooh.
Huh.
Yeah. 80 just to even get in the game promo wise.
But that, like you said, the biggest muse now is the internet. And I think that's so great that you have podcasts that are going to be able to push music. You have different pages on Instagram. I guess nowadays you don't necessarily need the radio.
No, you don't.
You don't need the radio.
Logic proved that.
Exactly.
Chance proved that.
You don't need the radio. You're going to have... If you have good music, people are going to pick it up everywhere.
Yeah.
A stream is a stream is a stream. Doesn't matter where it comes from.
Mm-hmm. That's very true.
Yeah.
So, from Frontrunnaz, you've been working on your solo stuff.
Yes, I have.
Let's talk a little bit about that.
Okay, let's do it.
what are you working on? I saw, what was it? I believe 2016. You said you were going to be working on an album?
Yes, I actually have an album done.
Okay.
It just has not been put out.
Okay.
And this is the 3rd year, but you know, we just have to go with the flow, and you know, maybe this is the time that the album needs to come out. We don't know, you know. So we're planning on putting it out at the end of this year.
Okay.
Yes, it's ready to go. I just need to shoot some visuals for it.
Can I say something about
Yes.
that?
Sure, Chris.
And also, I mean, one thing that you see a lot of artists do now, there's an interview with Russ that kind of breaks it down. Russ, the artist Russ, he dropped, I think he said, like, I don't know, something stupid, like 16, 17 albums, like in 1 year, right? But he still only had 4,000 followers.
Yeah. Was it that the interview that he did with
Joe Budden?
With Joe Budden.
Yeah,
I love that interview.
That interview is incredible. He broke it down. If people don't know who you are, dropping albums, you know.
Doesn't matter.
It
Right.
doesn't matter, but it builds your catalog.
Build your catalog. And then what he started to do is, instead of doing, so he already had the albums out, he started dropping a single a week.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And started putting promo behind the singles a week. And then he did that consistently, and that drove his traffic. And then when people would find his new single, they search for other stuff by him, and guess what pops up?
You have your catalog behind you.
It's already there.
See?
So that's the methodology that we're doing for Dria. You know, we have a couple of different singles out right now.
Great singles.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Great singles.
Yeah. And so now it's time to drop the album into this year. Yeah.
And I think also having an album, like, you know, I feel like I look at everything. I look at everything as like a campaign.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I have a single that I want, you know, to just kind of make more people more aware, then I'm gonna create a campaign for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So with an album, you can create a whole new campaign for it. I can create like a little mini tour. I can create a theater show. I can create a whatever I want to do with it. I can create that, whatever the name of the album is, I can create a campaign around it, you know, and then that drives more people to listen to the album rather than me just putting it out there. Go check out my album, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a name for the album yet?
When I Grow Up.
When I Grow Up. Okay. Oh, When I Grow Up. Okay. So it's going to be coming out towards the end of the year.
Yes.
You have some great singles out right now.
Yes.
Your last single, Baby I Got You.
Mm-hmm.
What was the process like going in for that one and you know, recording that one?
Honestly, it was a song sent over by it was a team at the time called Nate and Charity, and they sent the tracks over, and they had an artist that they wanted to submit the song to, and so they asked us to write for it. So, you know, we wrote, and I recorded the demo and sent it back, and nothing really ever happened with the song. And so, you know, we're going through records and stuff, and, you know, Baby I Got You is a great record for me, and we just, you know, besides Let Me Love You, which is a single out right now too, the other singles are demos that I did for other artists that we felt like I was telling you earlier, we just felt like they worked for me. So but with Baby I Got You, yeah, we just pulled it from the catalog and said, you know, let's see how people.
I like it. It's definitely a little different. It has like that old school kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of, you know, flavor to it.
Yeah, thank you.
I like it. If you go check it out, links are going to be in the description for that one for you to go check it out. So what has the response been like for these past, you know, few singles and stuff?
Baby I Got You actually has been a really front runner on it. People are really receptive, and I think it's because we added the visuals to the songs. You know, obviously we've had a little boost. A big boost. I'll just keep it real. You know, one of my best friends is Serena Williams.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Shout out to her.
Shout out to Serena Williams.
I go check out.
She's playing right now.
Yeah, I go check out the video on YouTube. I look through the comments. I'm here because of Serena Williams.
I thought that was so cool.
I thought so too.
Yes. And people literally, I'm here because of Serena. Serena sent me here. And it's like, I love to see that because, you know, and then it's really awesome to see people being brought there from her. and then people staying there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And then people really enjoying the music whenever they actually get it.
Exactly.
You know? And then you have this catalog behind you.
Yes.
They get to, they introduce with the one record and you have this catalog behind you. And then they get to learn so much about you with the Frontrunnaz and see this, you know, history that you have.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great. That is great.
Thanks for pointing that out. Never thought about it like that, really. You know, as far as like, you know, the amount of exposure that people get to you by just one song.
By one person. I mean, that's great.
And one person.
One person is so influential in, you know, in a song. And I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Aside from music, you're a mother, you're a wife, and that, aside from music, is probably one of the biggest roles that people could play in anybody's life.
It's a daily role. Yes.
It is.
It doesn't go away.
I love my mom, my wife. We have our beautiful daughter. We're gonna be having another one soon.
Oh yay! Already in the works?
Yes.
Oh, congratulations!
It's already. It's on the way. January.
Oh yay!
So I think that right there is something that is, you know, aside from music, that is so great that you're able to, like you said, y'all did like 10 records in one night with the 1-year-old.
Yes.
Not a lot of people can do that.
You're right.
Not a lot of people can do that.
Yeah.
What is it like being, you know, a mother in the industry? And I'm sure you know, with the traveling and stuff, what is that like?
Well, you know, I for a long time I had anxiety. I didn't want to leave him, and so I finally found, you know, my parents helped out a lot, and so that helped. But I'm at the point right now where we decided that we were going to homeschool him.
Wow.
So that when we travel, he comes with us. One, we like him to be with us. Number two, he's learning a lot now that he's getting older too. He can learn a lot from, you know, the way we move and how to run your business and all those types of things. And I think those are hands-on experience that you can, you know, those are priceless. So now we have him. And you know, when a kid's in school, you don't want to keep pulling him out of school because you have to work. So that's not fair in itself. So we have him homeschooled, and he's with me every day, and you know, it's cool.
I can imagine you pulling your kid out of school so many times and the teachers are like, oh, he's not in school again.
Yeah. I don't have time to be accountable to you like that. You know what I mean? It's like
his mother's on the road.
Yeah, exactly.
Doing her music thing. Got to pull her son out of school.
Exactly. Exactly.
I could just imagine.
Yes. Well, Brian's slacking in this and that. I don't have time for that. So, you know, we'll teach him ourselves.
Because you're on the road?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, no, don't worry about what we do, okay? We do what we do.
Right.
You do your job, I'm going to do mine.
I'm going to do me. Exactly.
Okay. So what kind of like advice would you give to somebody going to be having their first kid or somebody, you know, trying to get into the music? Because I've heard so many stories of people who love music. They want to do it. They get pregnant with their first kid or something, and then they feel like it's done. Yeah. And it's not.
No, it's not. It's not. And that's a mentality that really comes with a mentality switch. You know, for me, for both of us, actually, we include our kids in what we do. So, you know, your lifestyle is different from that person's lifestyle. You know, that person may be able to stay, you know, do certain things for their child or teach them certain things. And, you know, I feel like kids need to adapt to what your lifestyle is, because your lifestyle is not changing. You know what I mean? This is our lifestyle. This is what we do. So, you know, if you're going to have a kid, to bring that child into that lifestyle and create an environment around you that matches what works for everybody. You know what I mean? Not just what may have worked for somebody else. So
that's true. That's true. I mean, you see so many people have, you know, kids and stuff, and they might feel like they have to just cut what they're doing.
Cut it out, and I can't do anything else.
And you know, they take care of the kid, and that's great. That's wonderful. But you see so many people like yourself that it's a driving force behind you. Yeah. Now you know that if this is really what I want to do, if music's what I want to do, I got to go 10 times harder. I got to go 10 times harder because somebody else who might not have a kid, they're going 10 times harder, and I got to go harder than them.
Exactly. And you got to show your kids that you can, this is what it takes for you to achieve your dream and your goals.
And you can do anything.
Yes. Exactly. Exactly.
Exactly.
And when they see that, hopefully that's how it works for them when they grow up.
Being, a mom and stuff, do your kids want to do music? Are they musical? Or?
Yes, they are.
They are?
They all three of them. Yes. The 9-year-old has perfect pitch, and he's super into movie and TV soundtracks.
Okay.
He can memorize them note for note. And and now, his older brother is a rapper as well, who's one of our artists, actually. His name is Jumpman.
Okay.
And he's signed to Frontrunnaz Entertainment. And
I'm going to have to check him out.
Oh, yeah. He's dope.
Let's get him on the show.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it. But yeah, and so now the younger one is looking up to him, and now he's trying to write raps. He wrote his first rap last week.
Oh.
And our son, actually, the 9-year-old, was on Logic's second album. Yeah, the Incredible True Story. So he was on that album. He was talking. He did like a skit thing for, what was the name of it? Intermission. And so, he gets checks from that, royalty checks. And
Wow.
so he's aware that, okay, I get royalty checks every year. So, he loves to do it, and he's proud of it. And then our older daughter, she's always done musical theater, and she sings, and she's done demos and stuff for us before.
Shay's the reason why we ended up
Is signing she did one of our demos for us. Yeah, the song we did for Britney Spears way back in the day.
That right there is a big musical family.
Oh yeah,
that is great.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome to be able to see a whole family enjoying one. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoying
and
music.
being able to share things with each other.
Exactly. And then everybody's doing something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I see it. So just going back, looking through your Instagram, looking through, old stuff about you, I think one thing that I've noticed about you is you've been able to grow so much without being one of those hyper-sexualized artists.
Yeah.
And I see you as being, you're, I don't know how to explain it. You're not modest, but you're very closed. You don't want people to see too much, and
you get that?
I do. I mean, I see, because nowadays you see the Cardis, you see these people, who definitely use their body and their image as driving forces for them. Mm-hmm. And you've been somebody who's been able to use your music.
Yeah. And
you haven't had to do, any crazy things, and it's just your music speaks for itself.
Yes, and that's the way I want it to be.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
Do you think nowadays it's like seeing girls growing up seeing that is kind of,
Yes, I think it can be a little difficult, because then you have a level of expectation for yourself that,
mm-hmm.
You're putting on yourself because other women are this way or that way or whatever. Or, there's some girls that just enjoy that's the culture, and they enjoy, the style of what's happening, and that's okay. But as long as it's not being done in a way that, you are not confident with yourself,
mm-hmm. Or I think it's whenever, like if me growing up, having my daughter, I don't want her to be able to see somebody and be like, well, that's what I got to do to want to do music or something.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a conception in the music industry. Mm-hmm. You got to be a certain way. And I understand the marketing aspect of it. I understand it. But I just feel like I'll just be me. Some days I'm like, today I got shorts on. That's what I like, short shorts. But it's not because I want to, I want to do it in a certain way to but
it is also probably like 110 degrees outside.
Yeah, the less clothes, the better. But
yeah, it is hot. It is hot in Houston.
Yeah.
But I think that, somebody growing up that can be misconstrued or
misconstrued. Or let you led the wrong way. But I think the real thing that comes first behind that is your own personal self-confidence and self-esteem.
Definitely. And I love that you've been able to be so confident in your writing and your music, and that has been the driving force between you and your husband and your kids.
And it's a work in progress.
And everybody is working, everybody is loving it. And you have your husband here today.
Yeah.
Like you said, couples that work together, is where
What?
it's at.
Stay together.
We know so many.
Huh?
So you guys just got added to the list.
Yeah, we know a lot of couples who do business together.
That's
And that's
great.
really our circuit of friends. Is
That's great.
Couples who do business together.
We do a podcast where we bring couples on.
Yeah.
That do business. And
Yeah,
talk
that would be
about
really cool.
Y'all should do it.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all have any questions, I'm here to
Yay.
answer anything.
Yeah.
I've only been doing it for a year, but I definitely try to do my research on a lot of different things.
Well, you're a
So,
year ahead of us, so.
well, I think y'all have great ideas.
Yeah, thank you.
Y'all have great, music out. Where can everybody find it?
The music is on Spotify. It's on iTunes. It's on anything you stream music on. That's what it's on. My social media is at Dria Music, DRIA Music. Spelled the right way, MUSIC. That's on IG. That's on Twitter. I have a YouTube channel,
Yes, you do.
Dria Music Official. And
I just subscribed.
yay, thank you. And then it's Dria Music Official on Facebook as well.
Okay. What about you? You over here?
Oh,
Come on. You talked. You got to let everybody know where they can find you.
You can find us at the Frontrunnaz. That's TheFrontrunnaz. Everywhere on social media, pretty much. Yeah.
Check them out. Again, links will be down below for everything. Y'all can find the music everywhere. Y'all can find them on Instagram, Twitter, everywhere.
Everywhere.
Dria Music, Frontrunnaz.
Google us.
That is the goal, to be everywhere so everyone can see you.
Just Google Dria.
Yeah,
You definitely just have to put DRI and then it pops up.
That is
You don't
so
even
awesome.
You don't even have to spell the whole thing.
I love it.
We worked hard.
I love it.
You find everything about her, the Wikipedia page. You find the Frontrunnaz Wikipedia page.
Yes.
I looked through it all. Go check it out.
Thank you.
I thank you for coming.
I thank you for having me and us.
Definitely. Anytime y'all want to come back, y'all are welcome.
Okay, good. Yeah, we're going to bring Jumpman.
Definitely. We'll set it up. We'll set it up.
Let's do it.
Thank y'all for coming. Once again, links will be in the description below for everything. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Stay slumped. Hey.